It's like Wrong Turn, only somehow way, way worse. I'm John Rethnam with my review of the Netflix original movie Nobody Sleeps in the Woods Tonight. But people do. And boy, bad things happen. Like this movie. This movie is fucking atrocious. Absolutely fucking atrocious. It's the worst fucking thing I've seen this year. Now, I've said that in a lot of reviews. I said that about The Craft Legacy. Spoiler alert, but you can check out that review if you'd like. I said that about a lot of other movies, both, with big budgets and small budgets, because I love horror movies and I love foreign horror movies. It doesn't matter what country it's set in. There are some really great goddamn movies that have come out this year, or even some good ones. The Binding, which is also on Netflix, an Italian horror movie, was pretty damn good. Wasn't perfect, but pretty damn good. The Cleansing Hour on Shudder, please check that out. That one is really fucking good. This is fucking terrible. Not even mixing words, fucking terrible. And everybody in this movie makes every dumb decision possible just to advance what little bit of a plot there is. So spoilers are going to be coming up in a little bit, but if I kind of spoil it a little bit about Wrong Turn, you know the concept of that movie. It's kind of the same here, except the characters are somehow dumber. Now I'll say this, I don't remember any of the characters' names. It doesn't fucking matter. I couldn't pronounce any of the actors' names. I'm not even going to fucking try. But there's this camp. It's called Camp Adrenaline, and they certainly get to deal with some adrenaline a little bit later when they encounter some stuff. And there are these campers that need to get away from technology. They need to unplug, they need to go camp in the woods, and purge their brains of all this evil technology that they keep encountering. They need to unplug and stop being addicted to their technology. So naturally, they end up needing their technology when they encounter the things that they do while camping in the woods. Now, if you've seen the trailer, you kind of know what to expect. But the thing about the trailer is they made it seem campy, like it would be a comedy horror and stuff like that, which I could have handled. I could have handled this being a campy, comedic horror movie, and actually I think that would have been the better route, because the storyline is so goddamn stupid. Nobody is likable in this movie, and I don't wish any ill will on any of the actors. I hope the actors branch out and do some great things. But nobody in this movie, character-wise, was any good. This was written by 3 different people. The screenplay was written by 3 different people. I don't know how. Maybe this is scarier in Poland. I have no fucking idea. And I watch it with the original language track because that's the best way to do it with horror movies. You don't watch it with the English dub. I watch it with the English subtitles and the original language because you get the full experience there. Because otherwise I wouldn't understand what the fuck's going on. In this, you have these campers, and there's a bunch of them. I mean, there's at least, I'd say, 50 to 100. And they all branch off in groups. And then we focus on one central group that ends up encountering some, dark shit in the woods. And that's really about it right there. They focus on this one nerdy guy and this one girl that seems to be tough and everything, has a bit of a dark past. She's dealt with some stuff in her past. And other than that, really nobody has a goddamn backstory. You get a little bit, you get one character turns out to, be gay, with nothing wrong with that, but, he has to deal with family drama. You get a girl that sleeps around. You get various other people that just do stupid shit, and then you get the camp counselor that is all tough and everything, and they share all these stories, and then they encounter all this evil, and honestly, the explanation for why this stuff happened and why this evil happened is even dumber than I expected, which is saying something. I mean, and I get, if they had just stuck with a central idea, it could have worked. Gone campy and just gone back to the 80s and just made it like a slasher movie, made a dumb slasher movie. Because there are a pretty, good amount of kills here, including 2 in particular. One girl gets a stick, and then one guy gets the axe, and that much I'll say right there. I'm not going to say when they happen. But the kills actually aren't all that bad. The makeup effects for, the kills and everything are fine. The, good practical effects. But everything else just is so haphazardly thrown together. Nothing is good about this. Nothing outside those few things. And that's not enough to recommend a movie that is padded out with slow-mo and characters making dumb decisions and characters just sitting around and these subplots that go nowhere. Like this one guy goes to a church and then a bunch of other stuff, and then other stuff suddenly happens. Actually, that was a pretty good death as well. But everybody that decides to, we need to go for help, so we'll go do this. We'll go deeper into the woods instead of just going out of the woods and just taking our chances once we get out of them. We can't go back to wherever the campsite is because apparently it just vanished from the map. We don't know what the fuck's going on. So anyway, yeah, this movie's absolute dog shit. The explanation's shit, and everything that happens with the characters is fucking shit. And they also kind of did a bit of a sequel hook. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to get into spoilers right now, so here you go. 3, 2, 1, and go! Spoilers, 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 spoilers! Alright, so as if you fucking care if there are spoilers. If you've seen this, you know what the fuck happened. Okay, so you got this woman that is dragging animal carcasses into her basement, and actually the opening scene proves that there's something in the basement. Don't look in the basement! This postman ends up getting killed. That's one way to guarantee that your postman won't ring twice or ever again. And then we flash forward 30 years later. The postman, however, was dressed like he was from the 1950s. And I don't quite get it. I mean, is the Polish mailing system that far back that they haven't caught up with any kind of fashion? I mean, I don't know. And I imagine there are some isolated areas there, but it turns out that this lady is dragging animal carcasses to feed her sons. Her sons that were mutated when a meteorite fell down to their goddamn, near their goddamn house. And then the kids end up eating the dog because they got mutated, which right there automatically makes me knock a movie down a bit. I'm not a fan of animal violence at all in any horror movie, or any movie for that matter. I just don't fucking like it at all. That's everybody's got their thing that they just can't stand. It happened off camera, thankfully, but still the concept of it. But anyway, so you focus on these few campers where you got a nerdy guy and you got a girl that's like legit tough, and they basically don't end up going too long before everybody starts getting axed or killed. The girl that played the slut, so to speak, and that's what she played. I'm not saying she is that. She gets a pole through her goddamn head or a stick through her head. One guy gets beaten up, while in his sleeping bag, going back to one of the Friday the 13th movies, and then a cop gets axed at the end. So much of this movie is just throwing shit at the screen, literal shit, because that's pretty much what this movie was. And they're like, hey, believe in these characters, or hey, you should root for these characters. The Hills Have Eyes remake, I didn't like some of the characters, but at least with that, you had some inventive kills and you had something going with it. Even though I admit that it wasn't a great remake, it was better than the original, but it still wasn't great. This also had a better director. And I don't even know what the director has done, because I don't watch a lot of Polish movies. This just was so haphazardly put together. We go with the idea that maybe these kids were just monsters. They were just, thrown in like that because the mother was demented, and the kids mutated and everything, feasting on animal flesh, so naturally they want to break out. Now they do the meteorite thing literally out of nowhere just to pad out the film, and there's this guy explaining to two of the surviving kids/teens what happened, and that he lost his legs. He has metal legs. Like, literally, he has, metal sawhorses for legs. I don't know how the fuck they managed to, have that. It would have been weird for him to try to walk on those. But everybody does dumb decisions, makes dumb decisions. We have this priest that blesses everybody's technology and the camp counselors and the campers, and then suddenly he's got just a church in the woods. Even though he knows all this shit that's going on, he captures this boy that's one of the campers that manages to escape. And then the priest gets tossed in the wood chipper, which isn't that bad of a kill in all honesty. But none of the kills mean anything because nobody is a fucking character at all. Everybody is just this, carbon copy, bargain basement version of what a horror movie character would be. It's like they had a whole bunch of ideas and just threw them together and they were like, yeah, that's great. Let's just do that. And I don't know what the budget was, but outside of the makeup effects and the gore effects, I can't imagine that this movie cost more than like $1 million. And I don't know if any of these people are famous in Poland. I don't really care. Nothing against them. But the movie is just haphazardly thrown together. It's dog shit. It's fucking dog shit. It gets an F. It gets an absolute goddamn F. And the funniest thing is, the surviving girl, she runs over one of the mutants twice. She had stabbed the other one multiple times with a machete, and they both survived. So there's your sequel hook. That's all I gotta say right there. If I could fucking talk to anybody in the movie, I'd say, why the fuck did you do this? There. That's all I gotta fucking say about Nobody Sleeps in the Woods Tonight. Nobody should have made this goddamn movie. 3 people doing the screenplay for this goddamn shit. Horror movies are one thing. Campy horror is one thing. Doing this kind of shit, make it fun. You didn't make it fun. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritland. I'll see you soon.